Hiya. I wanted to do a video on recent events, what's gone on, and while it's fresh in my mind as well. So I was at the Black Sphere the other day, disconnecting somebody from the moon, and the being there asked for a meeting, wanted to have a chat with me. So a few days later, last night, me and my partner, we went went to the Black Sphere. I've been there a few times, but we actually got really invited in. The Black Sphere, from more understanding from last night, what came about is that the Black Sphere is also named as Planet X or Nibiru. It is the controller, the hub. It basically manipulates, abuses and controls all of consciousness inside this reality, not just Earth. It is the most fractured consciousness that I've come across. It was like watching a political show. Everyone backstabbing everybody else, and it was really fractured within this consciousness. And what also became apparent is that this consciousness is not connected to all of consciousness. So when I look at this consciousness inside the matrix, so the Black Sphere, the Planet X, is just a projection of where it comes from, and where it's coming from. Inside the matrix, the X-shaped holodome, at the top of the matrix is a spider-looking machine. It has 8 legs. Each leg has 121 tentacles. Each tentacle, it then attaches to a singular consciousness. And then that singular consciousness is then projected itself into this reality. However, it is separate from the huge body of consciousness in this reality. So, for instance, for you as you're a human being, and but you are also the creator of everything in this reality. Everybody is. So we are the ones that create the trees, the plants, the animals, the stars, everything. And the last point of projection is oneself. And we can also project. We're amazing, right? We can project ourselves as loads of different things. But we are connected to everything in this reality. However, the consciousness that's attached to the number one machine, that really is the top-notch, the abuser, the controller of the rest of the consciousness, isn't attached to anything. So it's like two separate realities. One reality abusing another reality. The people attached to the number one machine are basically in a traumatized state. So basically they lack consciousness, and they have to steal and manipulate and abuse consciousness, and it, for some reason, the consciousness. So when they do a satanic ritual, for instance, what I see is that when they're in their bodies, all their consciousness comes down, projects themselves into their bodies, and they do their ritual fucked upness and take part of someone else's consciousness, and it makes them happy for a little bit. It's like a drug to them, and makes them a bit feel alive, more alive. What also discovered is that when they do these satanic rituals, they've been infiltrated with a parasite. So where they sectioned off in this machine, there's a parasitic energy that's feeding on them. So they've had to get more control and more dominance over consciousness, because they're like trying to survive. They're in a state of trauma and survival all the time, and this is why they traumatize and manipulate and abuse us also. So that's one thing we discovered. Unfortunately, since receiving the gifts that I have when I received them back in May, and I started to see more, and I started to see the egg-shaped holodome and the programming, within this dome, I started getting attacked by a person who was attached to the number one machine. And I thought she was the big, the big it. But realising she's just one of many, many people attached to the number one machine. And trying to get to understand her, why does it attach? Why does the machine attach to a consciousness? So trying to get to understand what's going on. But also, during the summer and everything, dismantling the matrix as much as possible. But every time we do work, or I've done work, it keeps regenerating the machine. The machine keeps building back up again. And it's getting built back up. Well, one, it's supported by other matrices, because there's more than one matrix, there's many. And two, the consciousness attached to the number one machine is also keeping it alive. Which is a bit of a fucker, really. So, yeah, a bit of a loss there. Don't know really where to go. But also we're actually dominated by so if you go outside of the matrix, there's many matrices. And inside the matrix is an electrical box. We're an electrical cube. And this electrical cube is programmed to manipulate. There's a program at the top to manipulate, control and abuse. And we have chosen to be here. And I don't know why that is. I'm trying to understand, and I don't understand, because obviously my feeling is that everybody wants freedom. No one wants to be abused, controlled and manipulated. And even seeing people in the black sphere, where they originate from, in the number one spider, they're in a fucking shit state. They're being eaten alive by these parasites, and they're also fighting. It's horrendous what they're living in, and they're making our life a misery as well. So I don't understand at the moment why we would choose to be in this electrical box of abuse, control and manipulation. So I'm still trying to discover, but I thought I'd share that with you. There's also other stuff going on, but I'll tell you about, because there's some other stuff and it's like crazy. What I talk about is crazy, but the other stuff is really crazy. So I'll do a new video for that. And I thought I'd share that with you today. So okay, hope you're all well. You take care. Bye bye.